Hello everyone, my name is Matthew and this is Learn the Lingo. Welcome back to Hebrew Basics, a series where we learn the essentials of Hebrew grammar. Today we are going to be doing a practice and review of everything we've learned in lessons 17 through 20 in this series. Let's start out by going over the second set of Hebrew object suffixes. These suffixes are used with prepositions such as al, which means on, and el, which means towards. When these following suffixes are added to al, its patak becomes a kamatz, and when they are added to el, its segol becomes a tsere. The mi suffix in this group is I, so on me is alai. The him suffix in this group is av, so to him is elav. The her suffix is er, so on her is alea. The masculine singular you suffix is echa, so to you or towards you is elecha. The feminine singular you suffix is aich, so on you is alaich. The us suffix is enu, so to us is elenu. When the them or plural you suffixes are added onto al and el, the vowel in both words becomes a patach shva. The masculine them suffix is ahem, so on them is alehem. The feminine them suffix is ahen, so to them is alehen. The masculine plural you suffix is achem, so on you masculine plural is alechem. The feminine plural you suffix is achen, so to you feminine plural is alechen. Let's say he is going to her. He is hu, and is going will be the masculine singular holech. To her will be the preposition el, to, with the suffix er, her, elea, to her. Hu holech elea. He is going to her. Hu holech elea. She is going to him is he, she. Holechet is going in feminine singular form, elav, to him. He holechet elav. She is going to him. He holechet elav. During these past few lessons, we've also learned a few more irregular forms of the present tense. For example, if the last letter of a root is an olive, the feminine singular form of its present tense will be formed a little bit differently. For example, the root kuf resh aleph, which has a meaning of reading, has a regular masculine singular form of the present tense. Kore. Hu kore, he reads. Usually to make the feminine singular form of the present tense, we take this masculine singular form, shorten the tsere to a segol, and add another segol and a tav. But with roots that end with olive, the only thing we do is add a tav. We keep the tsere and add no segol. Koret, reads in feminine singular form. He koret, she reads. Roots ending with ayin or chet have irregular masculine singular and feminine singular forms. Such is the case with the root shin mem ayin, which has a meaning of hearing, and lamed kuf chet, which has a meaning of taking. To make the masculine singular form of the present tense from these roots, we make it up like a regular verb with a vav with cholam and a tsere, but then also add a patach under the last letter, which makes it sound before that letter's sound. So the masculine singular form of hears is shomea. Hu shomea, he hears. And the masculine singular form of takes is lokeach. Hu lokeach, he takes. The feminine singular form of the present tense of verbs whose roots end with chet or ayin is made by taking the masculine singular form and taking out that patach. Then we replace its tsere with the patach and add another patach and a tav. So the feminine singular form of hears is shoma'at. He shoma'at, she hears. And the feminine singular form of takes is lokachat. She takes, he lokachat. The second letter of certain roots is a vav or a yud, which is acting as a vowel. These roots are called hollow roots because in many verb forms, this second letter will drop out, leaving us with only the first letter and the third letter. The root beit vav aleph is a hollow root, which has a meaning of coming. To make the masculine singular form of its present tense, we take the first letter beit, under which we put a kamatz, we add no second letter vav, and end with the third letter aleph. Ba comes in masculine singular form. The feminine singular form of the present tense from hollow roots is made by taking the masculine singular form and adding an a ending. Ba'a comes in feminine singular form. The masculine plural form is made by adding im. Ba'im come in masculine plural form. And the feminine plural form is made by adding the ot ending. Ba'ot come in feminine plural form. Let's say, do you hear me talking to a man? Since this is a question which requires a yes or no answer, we can start it with ha'im, though that's not necessary. We don't translate the word do into Hebrew in this context, and you, masculine singular, is ata. The masculine singular form of hear is shomea, with that patak under the ayin. Me in this sentence is the definite direct object of the verb hear. So in Hebrew, it will be the preposition et with a me suffix. When we add suffixes onto et, the suffixes are always from the first set of suffixes we learned. So the me suffix is e. When we add e onto et, et's vowel changes to an o. So me as the definite direct object of a verb is ot. Hayim ata shomea oti? Do you hear me? Hayim ata shomea oti? If the person we were talking to in this sentence was a woman, instead of saying ata for you, we would say at. And the verb here, in feminine singular form, would be shoma'at. Hayim at shoma'at oti? Do you hear me? Hayim at shoma'at oti? In lesson 19, we learned that every noun has two forms. An absolute form, which just describes what the noun is, and a construct form, which shows that the noun belongs to something. For example, the word kedev, dog, in absolute form, just describes what it is, a dog. But if we put kedev in construct form, which is actually the same as its absolute form, kedev, it now means dog of something. Whatever this something is will be the following noun. For example, kedev David means the dog of David, kedev David. If a noun in absolute form ends with kamatz hey, a, in construct form, that will be changed to a patak tav, at. For example, uga, in absolute form, means cake. But to say cake of, we change its kamatz hey to a patak tav, ugat, cake of. And if a noun ends with chirik yud mim, im, that will change to a tsere yud, a. For example, kirichim, sandwiches, can be put into construct form by changing that im to a, kiriche, sandwiches of. The way to say cheesecake in Hebrew is cake of cheese. Cake of is ugat, and cheese is gvina. Ugat gvina, cake of cheese, cheesecake, ugat gvina. Cheese sandwiches works the same way. Sandwiches of cheese. Kariche, sandwiches of gvina, cheese. Kariche gvina, sandwiches of cheese. Cheese sandwiches. Kariche gvina. To say the cheesecake or the cheese sandwiches, we add a ha, meaning the, on the last word of these construct phrases. A ha, meaning the, can never go on any word in a construct phrase except the last word. So the cheesecake is ugat ha gvina, with the ha on gvina, the last word. And the cheese sandwiches is geriche ha gvina, the cheese sandwiches. Geriche ha gvina. When we put words that do not end with a or im into construct form, we do not change their consonant block letters. But sometimes we do have to change their vowels, usually by shortening one of them to a schwa. For example, the word basar meat, can be put into construct form by shortening its first vowel to a schwa. Basar, meat of. Basar. Let's say Sarah and her pet are walking. We start with Sarah, and then we say va, which means and. And onto va, we add the Hebrew expression for her pet, which will be the pet of her. Pet is chayat machmad, and of her is shelah. To say the pet, we have to add a ha, meaning the, onto chayat machmad. But chayat machmad is a construct phrase. When we add a ha, meaning the, onto a construct phrase, the ha must go on the last word of that phrase. So the pet is chayat hamachmad. So the pet of her, or her pet, is chayat hamachmad shelah. Then we have the verb are walking. In Hebrew, this is going to be the present tense from the root he lamed kaf, which has a meaning of going, but it can also mean walking. Since we have multiple things walking, this verb must be in plural form. And since chayat machmad is a feminine noun, just like Sarah, this verb will be in feminine plural form, which is holchot, are walking. Sarah v'chayat hamachmad shela holchot. Sarah and her pet are walking. Sarah v'chayat hamachmad shela holchot. In Lesson 20, we learned how to make possessive phrases in Hebrew that do not use the word shel, of. For an example, let's say my sister and my sisters using this new structure. The first thing we do is take the words ahot, sister, and ahayot, the plural, sisters, and then put them into construct form. The construct form of ahot is also ahot, and the construct form of ahayot is achyot. Then for singular nouns, we add the mi suffix from the first group of suffixes we learned, which is e. We add e onto achot to get achoti, my sister, singular. And for plural nouns, we add the mi suffix from the second group of suffixes we learned, I. We add I onto achyot to get achyotai, my sisters, plural. When we put words in construct form or add these suffixes onto them, their vowels can change in a seemingly unpredictable way. To help you with this, I'm going to show you how to use a tool from the Academy for the Hebrew Language, which will show us how a word looks in construct form and with suffixes. Let's use this tool to see how to say your son and your sons, speaking to a woman. What we do here is type in this little box the word bain, son, and click on it when it shows up in the selection box underneath. Then on the right side, we'll be able to see the singular, yachid, forms of bain, and on the left side, the plural, rabim, forms of bain. At the top of both tables, we have the word in nifrad form, which is what absolute form is called in Hebrew. On the singular side, we have bain, son, and on the plural side, we have banim, sons. Then underneath the absolute form, we have the nismach form, the construct form. In singular, this is ben, son of, and in plural, it is bene, sons of. Then underneath that, in red text, we have the words sheli, my, shelcha, your masculine singular, and shelach, your feminine singular. Since we want to say your son and your sons, speaking to a woman, we want to see this shelach form. The singular form, your son, has bain with its vowel shortened to a schwa, and on that the suffix eich, which means your, feminine singular. Benech, your son. Benech. On the plural side, we also see the little word shelach, your feminine singular. And we can see that your sons is banaich. Your son singular, banech. Your sons, plural, banaich. Let's end today's video by saying, your daughter is coming to us, speaking to a couple of a man and a woman. To say your daughter, we could say habat, the daughter, shelachem, of you, masculine plural. But for this sentence, let's use this new structure we just learned. We can once again use this tool from the Academy for the Hebrew Language to look up the word bat, daughter. Since we're looking for your daughter, singular, we're going to be looking on this yachid table, the singular table. We're going to find the word shelachem, of you, masculine plural, and see how the word bat works with this suffix. We see that bat has changed its vowel to e, and we have added a masculine plural chem suffix. Bitchem, your daughter. So your daughter is bitchem, and next we have the verb is coming. This will be the same as comes in Hebrew, the feminine singular form of which is ba'a. Then to us is elenu. Bitchem ba'a elenu. Your daughter is coming to us. Bitchem ba'a elenu. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and share. And if you want to learn more Hebrew, please consider subscribing to my channel and checking out some of my other videos. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.